The tilt is real. Tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real.
Welcome into the Sunday Tilt with your hosts, the FF chef himself, Juan Carlos Pena, and John JAWN Swanson.
It is Sunday, my dudes. This is when the tilt is real. This is when the tilt is real.
Good morning and welcome to the Fantasy Football Sunday Tilt, brought to you by the Tilt is Real Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host this morning. Not sure what time it is. We're on German time today, I guess. James Crease live at the chef's table, and across the pond, Mr. John JAWN Swanson.
Good morning, chef. It is Sunday, my dudes.
Yes, it is. Mr. Juan Carlos Pena taking the day off. Well deserved, as always. And hey, man, we've got a live one going on in Germany right now. JT just got over the goal line for the first touchdown of the game. Colts are leading 7-3. Happy to see it.
Yep.
I have a first touchdown bet in for JT, so that hit already.
Okay.
So we're looking good. We're looking good. What's
Nice.
going on Swanson's life right now?
Well, speaking of things that are happening overseas, want to give a shout out to all the veterans out there celebrating Veterans Day yesterday. So everybody, thank you very much for your service.
100%.
Juan Carlos Pena included in that. And yeah, chef, good on you for the first touchdown for JT out there.
Yeah, man. Usually I don't hit those kind of things, but I just had some kind of a feeling.
Yeah, some kind of a feeling. Say that in German 3 times fast. And let's jump right into Mo Diesel. Mo Diesel, good morning. What's going on? We got the first tilt of the day here, half PPR. I like this one. Gabe Davis or Josh Downs, rest of season tilt.
Well, it's the rest of the season. I think I'm going to go with Josh Downs.
I am too. I like the schedule much better for the Colts going forward. Bills have kind of a tough one going down, especially towards the championship weeks. They got to play Kansas City and Dallas weeks 14 and 15.
Yeah, we don't
Colts,
like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Colts have a pretty nice schedule going forward. So I'm going to go Josh Downs there.
Yeah, I can't. It's the inconsistency of Gabe Davis that hurts me. You can't rely on him, especially in a fantasy finals situation where you know, if you have to rely on him, he's hit or miss, man. He's on and off, hot, cold, however you want to word it. When he does hit, you're very happy, but I'm not relying on that in my fantasy finals or for that matter.
I agree. That being said, this Monday with the questions, up in the air for Stephon Diggs, whether or not he's going to play with the back injury, he could have a good game this week. But that's something we got to monitor.
It's a great matchup. It's a great matchup versus Denver. I'd be on board with having to play him, especially if Diggs were to miss.
Yes, I agree. Lucius Varenzis, good morning.
Morning.
Has an odd one. Okay, so Goddard is doubtful, so you can't move him to IR. So need a running back today, either Singletary or Gibson, and he has to cut either Rice, Gabe Davis, Zay Flowers, or Dallas Goedert to get one. So which one would you drop? Now I feel like on the depth chart, I don't know if this is really how it's shaken out, but Gibson is listed just as punt returner on the depth chart right now. He's not even listed with the running backs. But
yeah, I'd be going Singletary there. I believe that Pierce hurt?
Yeah, he's out. He's not playing.
He's out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
just to make sure, let me check.
I mean, Singletary would be the guy that I'd be going after there. Yes, he is out. Yes.
And so you got to cut one of these guys.
Do we cut Goddard in the chance that you could probably pick him back up? No one's going to scoop him up off of IR this early.
Yeah, but Goddard's a name to where you can pick him up and stash him if you have an IR spot free. If I had a free IR spot, I would pick up Goddard and stash him. somebody in
Yeah,
the
but they
league
can't put
probably.
him on IR apparently in this league.
Well,
Otherwise, he
maybe
would have
Lucius.
already.
Well, maybe Lucius has his IR spot filled with somebody else. It'd be interesting to know. But
I'm interested to see what platform you're playing on that they marked him doubtful and not out, because I'm looking. We love the sleeper app format here, and he's definitely out in that sense. Kansas City, Buffalo, San Francisco. He's going to miss those games. He's going to miss the Dallas game. And then he comes back 15. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if I want to drop Dallas Goddard.
I'm gonna keep him there.
I think I may want to hold on to him. His matchup is juicy in the fantasy playoffs, and that's what we're looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, and this is just me, Zay Flowers has been falling off a proverbial cliff lately, even if against teams that are normally good hits for wide receivers. He only had 6.9 fantasy points against Arizona. I believe he only had like 2 points versus Seattle. And they've got a bye in week 13. So I think Zay Flowers is the guy I may want to drop here. Just for production purposes.
Okay. You want to keep Rice on the roster?
Definitely want to keep Rashee Rice on the roster.
Okay. All right. So then I guess Flowers out of the group here.
It would be Davis or Flowers for me. Yeah.
Okay. But I would be interested to see. I want to know about the platform, Lucius.
Yeah. Because if you can somehow put Goddard on your IR, then do it. Because it's got a juicy fantasy matchup in the finals.
For sure.
Or
For
the
sure.
playoffs, for that
And
matter.
it's week 10, so that's what you're looking for right now. Cesar Espinoza, good morning. Has 2 today. Ooh.
Good morning.
So starting with either Brock Purdy or Kyler Murray, and then in PPR, either Schultz or Kincaid. Any chance you guys would start one of those tight ends over Dell at the flex? Ooh. All right, so let's go with the quarterback here first. I like the matchup for Purdy today. I know he turned the ball over 3 times last time out, but he still went for 365 and 1. Turned out 6 rush attempts for 57 on the ground too, so he still gave you a good game. The matchup against the Jaguars is a juicy one. And Kyler, I don't know.
I mean,
think
the matchup is juicy against Atlanta. It's his first day out. I think he has a decent game. First game out against coming off of IR. He's got a good matchup against Atlanta. But, I think Brock Purdy will give you a solid floor in any event. He's good for 2 touchdowns, maybe 250 passing yards. Like, if you're okay with the floor of Purdy, that's good. I think Murray might be able to get you a little bit more. As far as the tight ends go, I mean, you could probably play both of them, but I'm not sure if I want to play any of them over Tank Dell this week.
I
with
might play
Nico
Schultz
Collins
over.
being out.
I might play Schultz
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, with Collins being out, Schultz is still a solid streaming option this week and going forward. You're playing against the Bengals, who right now are dead last against the tight end position, giving up 12.5 points a game. I mean, you saw what happened last week. 11 targets, caught 10 of them for $130 and 1. What a day. And I think that continues here.
All right. Are you playing him over Tank Dell, though?
It's tough. So if there's a way to start, no. So I would say I'm playing Schultz in the tight end position over Kincaid, and then I'm going to play Dell in the flex. I know we're starting both of them, but I still think that's a viable option.
Yeah, I agree.
Let me just look at Kincaid. Kincaid still, wow, that's a crazy similar line. 11 targets, caught 10 of them for 81.
Yeah, and with the worries of Stephon Diggs being hurt, I think Kincaid is going to be even more targeted in this matchup.
Dude, I really think you can it's a coin flip now. Looking at it between Kincaid and between Schultz, I mean, they had almost the same stat line, minus the yards and the touchdown, but still the same amount of targets. And the Broncos are giving up the same exact amount of points to tight ends. They're like tied for 32nd, 12.5. So it depends on whether or not you feel like that Monday night is going to be the closer for you, because I know it might be kind of tough to start 2 guys on the same team in the tight end and the flex spot, even though with no Nico Collins, it might be a good move.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, you
man.
can. There's no right or wrong answer here, really. I think you're okay with if you start Tank Dell over Schultz and play Kincaid. If you want to go out, I mean, especially if it's a tight end premium, I would actually go towards both tight ends playing instead of the Tank Dell. But it very much depends on your scoring platform.
That's true. Man, that's a good tilt. That's a good one to start. Zach, what's going on? Good morning. I played golf with Zach this week. Had a good day out there. It was a beautiful day for golf. Not going to get too many of those going forward.
I miss the sport.
Jim Rambo, coolest name in fantasy football. Good morning.
What's up, Jim?
He says, do I even need to ask Antonio Gibson or James Conner? Also, Cade Otton or Logan Thomas?
I'm going with Connor here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Logan Thomas against Seattle.
Yeah. Let me see. Thomas, let me look at what I got down for Cade. Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's a tough matchup for Cade. I mean, he had a great week last week. Got in the end zone twice. Targeted 9 times, 70 yards, sure. But I don't know if that's going to translate just as well.
I mean, he's got a tougher matchup this week against the linebacker Jack Gibbons in Tennessee. He's really not favored per se. Logan Thomas, yeah, he's got a little bit of a harder matchup too, but we also have to remember that Jahan Dotson's a little banged up. Curtis Samuel's not going to play again. And that leaves the door wide open for Logan Thomas, and he seems to be a favorable target of Sam Howell there.
And he's still whipping that ball, man. That's a heavy pass volume.
Oh, yeah. And it should continue today against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, for sure. I could see that happen. John Nelson, good morning. Goff or Stroud? Both have shootouts. And I agree. Well, oh man, I feel like the Lions might just roll over the Chargers. No, I think they might. I think the Lions, I mean, they're definitely going to run the ball, but I feel like I see Gibbs and Montgomery as both kind of RB2s just because of the workload.
Yeah, they're hurting each other's value today.
Yeah. Chargers are 30th against quarterbacks and 29th against wide receivers. So I think Goff's going to eat today. And by that,
it's a tough question. You got a good tilt here. CJ Stroud, he's been doing it. I mean, last week, obviously against Tampa Bay, he showed out. Is he going to have that same kind of performance against Cincinnati? Probably not. Goff coming off the bye, a little bit healthier. Teammates a little bit healthier. He did not have good games against Baltimore and Vegas. But I definitely think he's in play today. Man, this is a tough one, dude.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I think I'm gonna lean Goff here.
Yeah.
Gonna lean Gaff. I would definitely lean Stroud more. I think I want to see it. I mean, he's a rookie quarterback. He's still figuring things out. He showed out, had his day. I don't think that's going to translate again. I think he's still good for, I don't know, maybe let's say
20 points.
I was going to say maybe 280 and 2.
That's a fair assessment.
Right. Okay. But I think I see Goff doing.
You think Goff goes over that?
I think he does. I think one of those touchdowns goes to a running back. I don't know which one it is, but I could see him going one of those to a running back and 2 others, one to Amon-Ra and one to Laporta.
I think I'm going to lean Stroud here and confuse our guests. And the only reason is that, with the injury to Dameon Pierce last week, we saw Stroud throw the ball 42 times. I think it has to continue against Cincinnati, that he's going to have to compete with Joe Burrow throwing the ball on the other side, as to where, the Detroit defense can really shut down Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And we saw an anemic offense last week when the Chargers played. They did not put up points. We saw Herbert struggle. I think it may continue here against Detroit's defense. And the fact that CJ Stroud is going to have to compete with Joe Burrow on the other side of the football, and they don't really have much of a running game in Houston, I can see CJ Stroud not matching his output from last week, but definitely having a great game. 280 and 2, sure. That might equate to about 31 fantasy points for you.
I think I might start to tilt back from a little bit here, Chef, just because, I think
Yeah,
the
I'm
way
not.
that the
I'm not
Chargers
mad
aren't
with
going to
playing
be
Goff today, but I think CJ Stroud, he's forced to throw the football.
more of a shootout, more of a force to throw.
Yeah.
Do you think that, Nico Collins being out is going to,
I don't think so, because it didn't have really much of effect last week.
I guess so,
It
yeah,
actually
because
just
he went out.
helped the situation. I mean, he gets Robert Woods back, so he does have another target. And of course, Dalton Schultz, we've already talked about him. So I believe he just keeps passing.
I forget, did Nico go out early or did he play the whole game?
No, he was out. He was
Okay.
out the whole game.
I forgot. I know he got in the end zone, but I forgot how late or early that was.
He was questionable, and then he got banged up.
Word. All right. You know what? I'll tilt back the other way. I still think it's close. I still think Goff is going to have a great game.
Goff is going to have a good game.
But I think in
just
terms of the
that,
shootout and
Stroud
more
has
points,
a little bit more.
yeah. John, way to get me to tilt back. Thanks, Chef. Great tilt. Brian Hill, what's going on? Aaron Jones or James Conner or Rashad White? Need 2 of the 3, so we got to bench one of these guys. Normally, I would love to bench Aaron Jones, but I don't know if I'm going to do that against the Steelers. Yeah. Dude, he had 20 opportunities on the ground. He had 26 total, 20 of them on the ground. It was for 73 and 1, but 20 carries.
Yeah, I'm not benching Aaron Jones.
Neither am I.
James Conner or Rashad White?
I'm going Rashad White.
You're going to bench Rashad White or
No.
Rashad?
I'm going to bench Conner. I'm going to go White.
First game back, Conner.
First game back, yeah.
He was limited in practice all week. Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to go Rashad White too. You could bench James Conner, Brian. I'm with you, Swan.
It'll be interesting to see though. That's one I'm gonna keep an eye on. Similar to, well, not exactly similar, but similar, I guess, to Deshaun Watson coming back and Jerome Ford coming back, but it's Kyler Murray and it's James Conner.
Yeah.
But I want to see what happens. But that being said, I'm gonna let Conner sit this one out just for now. It'll be fun to see. Bob Dole.
Hey, Bob.
Bob Dole. Good morning. Start sit questions. Start two wide receiver. Addison, Christian Kirk, Tyler Lockett, DeAndre Hopkins, or Debo.
Why does Bob Dole sound like Mr. Magoo all of a sudden?
I think Bob Dole.
Is that your Bob Dole voice?
Bob Dole. I think it's
okay.
From South Park.
Oh. Yeah,
Bob Dole.
Sorry for the interruption.
Bob Dole. I think that's what it is.
Dole.
And then, all right, so we have a wide receiver question. We have to start 2 of these between Addison, Kirk, Lockett, Hopkins, or Debo. And then quarterback tilt between Lamar or Stroud. Oof. This is going to take thinking here.
Yeah, he's got some good options there for wide receiver.
Oh, man. Tyler Lockett.
I really want to play Hopkins this week after what we saw last week. I mean, that situation really hasn't changed too much on the wide receiver front for Tennessee.
That's true.
I mean, we have Will Levis and we have DeAndre Hopkins. Like, I don't see it being a problem. Hopkins against Carlton Davis being in shadow coverage, I don't care. I think he can get the job done. He's going to be heavily targeted, and I'm here for it.
No Treylon. I don't think that Derrick Henry is going to get it done today. I think he'll have just a mediocre line. Bucks have not allowed a red zone touchdown to running backs this year. And I think this is not going to be Derrick Henry's day. Yeah, I kind of like keeping Hopkins here. Man, I kind of like Lockett.
I'm not going to play Christian Kirk up against San Francisco's defense. Just not going to do it.
And this is a tough Debo.
Yeah,
Debo practice in full. Hard. Man, he's in your. I feel like Debo's in your lineup.
Debo is in your lineup. in
I also
my
feel like
opinion.
Addison, it can be in your lineup too. I mean,
He's got a hard decision here.
no Justin Jefferson still.
Yeah, New Orleans,
I
though,
mean,
they've been playing some good defense
yeah,
against the
they're a
pass. I'm
better,
going to kind of pass on that one.
they're a tougher matchup. All right, so let's cross off
So I
Addison
think it's
there. Cross
between
off Kirk.
Lockett and Debo for me.
All right, so we're keeping Hopkins in the lineup. So now it's Lockett and Debo.
And
All right,
Lockett has a great matchup against Washington.
he does.
Debo has a good matchup against Jacksonville.
I think I'm going Lockett here at
I
home.
think I'm going to go with Lockett and saying that there's going to be more points in that game.
Yeah, I agree. Commanders are 29th against quarterbacks, giving up 20.8 a game. That translates to wide receiver, who they're 30th against, giving 34 points up a game. So there's holes in the Commanders' defense.
Oh,
yeah, man. Yeah, and DK
I'm going
hasn't
to go
been
Lockett
getting
and
it done.
Hopkins here, man. But
Me
Debo is a
too.
close second
I agree.
or third.
Find a way to
however
get
you wanna
him
word
in.
that.
Man, Bob Dole, that is that's one of them. And
All
then,
right, so the quarterback
and then we're not
question.
done. Yeah, we got
Wow.
Lamar Stroud.
That's a tougher. That's a harder one.
This is ridiculous.
Bob Dole, man, you're stumping us here.
Bob Dole. All right, so Lamar did have 4 touchdowns versus Cleveland week 4. So he did show up and go off. And I know that everybody wants to, ride the hot hand with Stroud, but I think in this case, man, I got to take the MVP candidate. I know it's going to be a defensive battle out there. Like, both teams are ridiculous in terms of what their defense is doing, but I think Lamar's going to find a way.
Stay in the fire with Lamar
I think I have to.
in a tougher matchup.
He did it against. I mean, the Browns have had a good defense all season. He did it too in week 4 of this season.
That's true.
If I benched, just personally, if I benched Lamar for CJ Stroud and Lamar did what Lamar's supposed to do,
stay with Lamar in this one.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Week 10, you got to start your studs.
It kind of
Not
hurts.
that CJ's not,
Stroud
but it does hurt.
Stroud has been
Dude,
really
this whole tilt hurts. I don't want to sit any of these guys really, except for maybe.
Well, let's answer it this way, Bob Dole. If you get 4 points for passing touchdowns, then I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. If you get 6 points for passing touchdowns, then I might put Stroud a little bit over, with the simple fact that you're hoping that Lamar scores at least 1 rushing touchdown, throws for 2.
I was going to say that, yeah.
And Stroud, he's good for, I want to say, 3 passing touchdowns a game.
Yeah. I mean, he could. Week 4. Wow, week 4. Lamar rushed 3 touchdowns. Oh, no, he didn't. He rushed for 2 touchdowns. So he had 2 through the air and he rushed for 2.
Yeah.
So that's a huge.
That's what's going to happen again here. As far as the rushing aspect of it.
Yeah.
And can they run against Cleveland?
Nobody can run.
Kind of.
I mean, kind of, but not really. Kind of. It's the same.
Yeah, I guess Lamar. I'm going to stay with Lamar for this one.
It's close though.
For time purposes.
All right. Oh, and he says it's 6. 6 points.
That would push me towards the Stroud side just a smidge, but I'm not going to tilt back and forth. We got a lot of other guys.
Yeah, dude, we got a lot of tilt today. Everybody, we're getting to you. We're going to start flying through some of these here. Here we go. Sarah Riley.
Oh, and quick, before we go do that, Mr. Swanson, I just want to give a shout out to the Tilt Squad. We are 156 subs strong on YouTube. What? Love you guys.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Really, that's crazy. 156, you said?
Yeah.
That's bonkers.
I counted.
You guys are awesome
individually.
That's so awesome. Yeah, you guys are great. You drive the show every single week, and you're driving it right now. And I promise we're going to get to you, or we're going to get to all you guys. And for those who are here and are new, promise we're going to get to you. Hope you like the show.
Don't hop out. Don't hop out. Don't do that.
Yeah, we will get to you. And we'll probably touch a lot of tilts that you're kind of maybe thinking about too on the way down. So a lot of good stuff here. I take a lot of this stuff in.
Oh, yeah.
And I retool everything for that hour in between 12. And so, yeah, we're here every Sunday from 10 to 12 Eastern, working through your lineups. And Sarah Riley, who's been a friend of the show for a very, very long time, one of the OG Tilt Squad members.
Hey, Sarah.
Half point PPR, as always. Adams, Dell, or Boyd. Also Hawkinson or McBride. Adams, Dell, or Boyd. We got to sit one. Oh, man.
Dell or Boyd? Adams, Dell, or Boyd?
Yeah, Adams, Dell, or Boyd. I don't
You have to
want.
sit one?
Well, no, we have to
We
pick
have to
one.
sit. Oh, we're just picking one.
I'm sorry, we have to pick one.
I'm gonna go with Tank Dell, man. I'm staying in the Flames with him. He's got a good matchup.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean, because the matchup for even without T. Higgins, even with Jamar Chase, still questionable. I know Tyler Boyd is going to see, an increased role with both of those guys out. Maybe if Chase is out, but
I mean,
the matchup's not great either.
We know Ahmad Sauce Gardner is going to be trailing Devontae Adams. Not to say shadow, but he is going to be guarding him a lot. That Jets defense is probably one of the best in the league. And I don't think Boyd is even in question here compared to Dell or Adams in my sense of ranking them.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna lean Dell here. He's got a higher ceiling. He's got a better matchup. Adams against the Jets defense. I'm passing on. Hawkinson or McBride? This is a harder question.
Adams hasn't scored since week 3 either. Ugh.
Yeah, I sold him in Dynasty 3 weeks ago.
Oof.
Right before the dip.
All right, so Hawkinson's or McBride? Hawkinson or McBride?
I'm going to stay in the Flames with Hawkinson.
Expected to play too. I think do you have the latest on
Hawk's injury report? Yeah,
still
I mean, he was limited throughout the week. I believe he got a full participation in on Friday.
Tell you right now.
And he is okay to go. He is going to play. Last news out.
Limited.
Yeah, he was limited. But I believe I read a tweet last night that he said he was going to go. So
he's probably going.
With that being said, I kind of like that back because we don't know what Kyler is going to do as far as his targets. We don't know if McBride's going to be one of his favorite targets yet, and Hawkinson is almost guaranteed 7 to 8 targets in a game, especially with JJ still missing this week. So I'm going to stay with Hawkinson on this one.
All right. I'm going to stay with Hawkinson too, just because I don't know how things are going to shake out with that Cardinals, with how Kyler's going to, distribute.
Yeah, like for instance, I have Sam Laporta and I have Hawkinson in the same league, and I'm still going to play Hawkinson this week
over Laporta.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that at all.
You think I got to pull him up out of
not against the Chargers? I would start Laporta.
Yeah.
27th against tight ends, 10 targets last week.
Talk to me. Talk to me, Swanson.
I mean, we'll talk through it. Let's get to these guys first.
All right.
But yeah, all right. So Sarah, we're going Dell and we're going Hawk. Cool. Ball glove blueprint. Welcome back. Got to pick one PPR flex. Alexander Madison or Brian Robinson Jr.
Oof.
Man,
that's a tough one.
That is tough. Madison's a volume play for sure. 23 receptions through 9 games. I wrote down.
It might be Madison.
It might be. I don't know if he's going to get. It's a volume play here. I think you're looking for targets.
Against New Orleans, give me Brian Robinson against Seattle. Madison's just not been good. New Orleans is like one of the best run defenses. It's just a better matchup all around for Brian Robinson. I can see it not going into negative game script like it has been for Washington as fast as it has for Washington lately. Compared to Alexander Madison going up against New Orleans, who only allows 12.6 fantasy points per game to the running back position. I mean, you're hoping that Madison plays, but one thing that we didn't expect, we have Dobbs back there now, and he can run the ball. So I think he takes away a little bit from Alexander Madison as well. I'm leaning Brian Robinson here, Swan.
It's really close. It's really, really close for me, but I'm going to go with you there too. I'm going to lean B-Rob. But that is a close one. Good tilt.
Yeah, definitely.
Saif, what's going on? Got to pick two. Got to pick two for a flex. Cortland Sutton, Devin Singletary, James Conner, Garrett Wilson.
Ooh, pick
Just
2 for the
interesting here.
flex. Garrett
Um,
Wilson, you definitely have
I'm
to
playing
play.
Garrett Wilson. Yeah. Okay. So gotta get
I
one
think the
more in
bigger
there.
question is Devin Singletary, Connor, or Sutton.
Yeah.
And Sutton is, what have you done for me lately? Can you help me out with that? What has Sutton done lately?
Scored in 3 straight.
Really?
Yep.
Now, Courtland Sutton is a guy that I do not have anywhere. I have avoided.
Same.
I have moved off all my dynasty shares.
I've tried to avoid Denver.
He's coming in playing against Buffalo. It's not exactly a great matchup.
Russell Wilson hasn't hit 200 yards since week 4.
Yeah.
Boof. Oh, man. I mean, Sutton has scored in 3 straight, but I mean, he caught 2 targets for 29 yards and a score. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just barely 10 points.
I don't know if I want to put Connor in there instead.
I kind of, you know what? I know
Against Atlanta, though, it's a tough one. They are pretty good against the run.
I don't like that. I don't want to do that.
Give me Sutton and Wilson, I think.
I
Give me the receivers in this situation.
I just want to run one thing more for Singletary. I just want to see if 17, 18.1's a game. Yeah,
Like,
I'll take the wide receivers.
Yeah, like what did Singletary do last week when he had the full workload?
13 for 26.
13 for 26.
I'm pretty
so
sure.
He pretty much goosed you. Yeah, give me the receivers.
13 for 26. Yeah, that wasn't. He caught two of his targets for 0 yards.
Yeah, for 0 yards.
Ouch. Yeah, all right. Give me the receivers here. Good tilt though. We're tilting today, friends.
Oh,
These tilts. Oh man.
But
You guys are
great tilt
great.
to
All right, let's
save.
keep on going here. All right. My man Zach.
Ooh.
Goff or Howell. Damn,
Oh.
dude. Bro. All right, hold on.
These are some tough ones.
This is
I
crazy,
love the
man,
tilt
because
squad, man.
I think 2 weeks ago, Howell, 53 attempts, was it? 53 pass attempts. Last week was 45. That's up there, man. He's just airing the damn ball out.
I think Goff has the better matchup.
But I think we talked about Goff, earlier today, having the better matchup against the Chargers. Bottom 3 against quarterbacks and wide receivers are the Chargers defense. I mean,
I think you're going to get a safe floor with Goff. Howell, it could turn into a game where he's going to have to pass it a lot more. We've seen that. And you could get the same result, but I think Howell's floor is a little murkier than Jared Goff's.
Yeah,
and
I'm
for that
going
reason,
Goff here.
I'm gonna stay with Jared Goff. Like, you didn't draft Sam Howell to play him in week 10 over Jared Goff against the Chargers, which he has an excellent matchup. So give me Goff in this matchup. I have both playing. I was waiting for my tilt, Swanson, where it was going to be, do you play Sam Howell over Joe Burrow this week?
Oh man.
Because if Jamar Chase is out, do you play Sam Howell over Joe Burrow? That's my question to you.
Because Chase and Higgins are out.
Yeah.
I think
if Chase plays, I'm in, but he's dealing with a back injury and it's a little iffy. I don't know if I'm gonna hit that switch, dude. That's the one I'm really looking at today for myself.
Right. We might be able to talk through that one going forward. But yeah, Zach, we're gonna go Gaff there. We go Gaff. AS pick 3. What's going on? Amari Cooper, Zay Flowers, Jordan Addison, Christian Watson, Chris Godwin, half-point PPR. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got a bench 2.
Give me Cooper, Godwin, and Addison.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'm not trusting Flowers. He hasn't done anything in 2 weeks. And Christian Watson hasn't done anything all season, so I'm off Christian Watson. I don't care what the matchup says, even if it is a good matchup. Like,
it is. It's a good matchup.
Well, Joey Porter is going to stick on him, and Joey Porter is like the only healthy cornerback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right. Christian
So,
Watson's
yeah.
a good player. Jordan Love's a bad quarterback.
Jordan Love's a bad quarterback.
I don't like it. So,
And
all right. So we're
that makes
going
Christian Watson a bad play.
exactly. So we're going Godwin, Cooper, Addison.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Kicks for Mike. What's going on, cuz?
Morning kicks.
All right. This might be early morning tilt right here. Tight end Laporta or Kincaid. Didn't we do this one earlier? Did we have the same one?
Yeah,
No, we
pretty
had
much.
earlier was Schultz or Kincaid. So now we're
Oh.
doing Laporta or Kincaid.
All right. Well,
Oh man.
they
It's almost the
both have
same
great
tilt, dude.
matchups.
It's almost the same tilt. Oh
Yeah.
no. I
You
mean,
can't go wrong.
I wish I knew what Stephon Diggs' status is going to be.
Yeah.
That game's on Monday, so I don't know. All right, Laporta. I'm going to see him again. I know we just talked about him. I think I want him in my lineup against the Chargers. Oh man, I think he's good for at least one today. 10
Touchdowns?
targets. Yeah, I think he gets in the end zone today.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
Kincaid.
but I like
Let's
Kincaid too.
see.
All right,
He's
so
been
that's
on fire lately.
27th.
I mean, it all comes down to a touchdown. Who you think is going to score a touchdown? And if you think Laporta's going to score today, I'll ride with you on Laporta.
I think I'm going to go.
He'll have the same output.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
I also think that it's worth noting that maybe, I think James Cook is going to have a great game going against that Broncos run defense. So I don't know if they'll need to throw as much. I think they'll be able to get a lot done on the ground. And in the red zone, I think they can get it done with James Cook. I'm going to, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go Laporta.
I'm going to go Laporta.
Man, these tight end tilts.
It's a tough one. It's a tight end tilt of the week.
Tight end tilt. Yep. And let's go right to another one here. Let's go Dynasty Dumpster Fire. Let's go. I love that.
Oh, love
Hell
the
yeah.
name.
Love that. All right. Schultz or Hawkinson?
Schultz or Hawkinson now. Oh,
Tilting
dude.
on tight ends, bro. I'm going Schultz there.
I think I might have to agree with you.
Yeah, I know Hawkinson is Hawkinson, and he's got a little bit of an injury, but that's not that doesn't usually scare me away because he's Hawkinson. But Schultz has the matchup. He's a solid streaming option this week and forward. I think he's more than a streaming option. I think he's in your lineup every week.
Oh, more so than Hawkinson?
No, I'm not saying compared to. I'm just saying
think
going
Schultz
forward.
has the better matchup today. We just stick with Schultz on this one.
I think so too.
And it's full PPR. Yeah.
But if you have Schultz going forward, congratulations.
Dynasty Dumpster Fire, I would try to maybe trade one of those guys and get some investment back, return on an investment, some ROI.
If that's a tight end premium dynasty league, that's good for you.
Yeah, right.
All right, tilts are coming in, man. Let's keep going. Let's keep on going here. Shamir, what's going on? Welcome in. Pick 2: Sutton, Reed, or Smith,
or Jonnu Smith.
Oh, Jonnu Smith. Okay.
I'm assuming it's Jaden Reed and Sutton.
So you got to bench one of these guys.
Yeah, or play Jonnu Smith, which it's not a bad matchup.
Not a bad matchup.
Not a great one.
I'm benching Reed.
You benching Reed?
Jaden Reed?
Yeah. I can't. If it's Jaden Reed, I'm going to bench him.
I know the matchup is great, but I don't like Jordan Love.
I can't trust Jordan Love.
I mean, not that I can really trust Russell Wilson much either, but Sutton has scored in 3 weeks. Jaden Reed is not.
Yeah, give me Sutton and Jonnu in this one.
Yeah. Let me see here.
John has been averaging 10 fantasy points per game. Jaden Reed is not coming close to that.
Yeah. All right. Big man.
Big Ant.
What's going on, Ant? Good morning. All right, so to play Mike Evans, he's got to sit McLaurin, Ayuk, or Gibbs. Oh, man. In order to play Evans, he's got to sit one. He's got to sit Terry, Ayuk. Oh, man.
I mean, do you have to play Evans?
Well,
let's ask that question first. Do we have to play Evans?
And Depot's back.
Yeah.
Evans
to play Evans
should have a better
matchup.
Have to play Evans.
You have to play Evans.
Yeah, that's a great matchup.
I'm looking for you. I'm gonna say
I
play
don't
your
want
wide
to.
receivers
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but we talked about how Gibbs and
with
Montgomery are killing each other's fantasy value.
yeah, we said it earlier on the show. I think it plays here, Swanson, where
Yeah,
if you want to play Mike Evans and you're going for the ceiling play of of your roster, then Gibbs is more on the floor side of things with David Montgomery coming back. I think you'll have a modest output of Gibbs, and we could see it being like a 60-40, especially with Montgomery just coming back. But I think we're gonna lean. I'm personally gonna lean with the wide receivers here and sit Gibbs.
yeah, I think I am too. Oh, that's a tough one. All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
do a little. I'm gonna
hope it
start
works
jumping
out for
around
you, Big
here.
Ant,
Yeah, good luck, big guy. Unless you're playing me.
or me.
All right, I'm gonna jump around a little bit here
Sure.
to So let's go right up to the next one that just came in here. Roman, what's going on? Welcome in, Debo, Monty, or Ridley in the flex. Oh man,
Debo should have a good game.
good. He's in your lineup.
I'm not trusting Ridley. I'm really not. I mean, he's let us down multiple times. He gets Javarius Ward this
Yeah, but
week,
he
so
always
I'm
does well
taking
in
him
plus
out of that
matchups.
conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
He always does well in plus matchups. All right. Well, and we're not putting Monty in there.
It's either Monty or Debo. I think hmm, I think Monty might have a better chance of scoring.
Yeah.
Give me Monty.
Oh man, that's tough.
It's a tough one, Roman.
In terms of scoring though, like yeah, like I would say that Monty would probably have a better chance of scoring over Gibbs if you were putting those two. If
Mm-hmm.
Gibbs was in here, I might change that, but I think Monty gets in the end zone even with that split. I don't hate the Ridley start though. I don't know. He always
Against San
produces in
Francisco,
the
really?
plus. Yeah, San Francisco's 28th against wide receivers. They're not good against wide receivers. They're giving up 32.2 a game. I mean,
Let me see what they've done as of late.
yeah, have a look into that. I don't want to
Let's
just
see
I don't
here.
want to just poo-poo that. You know what I'm saying? Real quick.
Debo does have a plus matchup. Jacksonville. Yeah, Ridley's got a plus matchup too.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I'm going for the safe points with Monty on
Okay.
this one.
If I were to go for if I'm going for I need some points, I think I
I
might
need some points. I think Debo might be it for me. Ridley has been hot and cold, dude.
I know, but I think today's one of the hot ones.
Oh,
I
just
think
based
today's a
on
hot one.
matchup.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm gonna go Monty, Debo, Ridley here.
I'm going to do that too, actually, because the 49ers are 7th against quarterbacks, which is going to, it's not going to give,
I'm gonna
it's
give
going to be tough
Monty,
on Lamar.
Debo, Ridley.
He's a low end QB1. All right, I'll go Monty, Debo, Ridley
It's a
also.
good tilt, Roman.
Bro,
Thank
that's
you.
a good tilt. Thank you. That was a tough one to work through. All right.
Let's go back up to Dame Roche.
All right. Good morning, Dame Roche's got a trade question here. He's in a dynasty league. One of the guests is offering him Aaron Jones and Kelsey for Laporta and Eckler. Would you take or leave that trade? Offering
I would leave it.
Kelsey for Laporta and Eckler.
Aaron Jones and Kelsey. I mean, if you're win now and you think no, I'm not doing that. I think I'm holding on to Laporta. He's going to be a stud for years in Dynasty. Eckler and Aaron Jones, they wash each other out, in my opinion. So unless it's like a tight end premium where you can rely on Kelsey to be the tight end one week in, week out.
That's a good
Like,
point.
I don't think so. I think I'm like dynasty wise, I am staying in the fire with Laporta. I am not getting rid of him. It's really just one team getting rid of their older players for newer players. Like Eckler, he might have the chance of a 1-year deal in Los Angeles next year. Aaron Jones, he might be delivering mail somewhere.
Oh my God. He's the postman. Yeah, I agree. I think it's anytime you see those two names flash across the board, it's like, oh, but it's a dynasty league. You got to play for the future. So yeah, I'd say don't take that trade. Good question though. Dylan Fink, what's going on, Dylan? Traded
What's up, Dylan?
Flowers, Goddard, Otten for Komet and James Conner. Good move based off this team below. Lost Goddard to injury, obviously. 12-team full PPR. Stroud and Fields, CMC, Ford, Herbert, Roshan, Singletary, Diggs, Ayuk, Waddle, Flowers, Shakir, Goddard, Otten. Traded Flowers, Goddard.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Like Cole Kmet, he's been heavily targeted week in, week out. I think his game is going to get better when Justin Fields comes back. So I'm not mad about that. You did what you had to do with Goddard on the IR. And Connor, he fits in there. I mean, you're not getting much from Flowers, right? You haven't gotten much from Flowers in 2 weeks. It's kind of upsetting you a little bit. I don't see it turning around second half of the season personally. I think the Baltimore Ravens are just going back to what they do best, just getting the ball into Lamar's hands and letting him do whatever he needs to. And as long as his other targets on the field are healthy, like Mark Andrews, it's going to be hard sailing for Flowers there.
Yeah, and who really cares? You have Waddle,
I think you made the right trade.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm looking at like bye weeks are starting to be a thing of the past. Like your team's going to be at full strength. Yeah, good move.
Yeah,
I like that. Wow, I really like that. Smart play there, Dylan. Let's go. Dame Roche needs a flex here. Wide receiver, running back, tight end has Aaron Jones, Cooper, Zay Flowers, Jerome Ford, Kyle Pitts, or Cade Otton. Need a flex. He has Aaron Jones, Cooper, Zay Flowers, Jerome Ford, Kyle Pitts, or Cade Otton. So needs
Coop.
Yeah, for me it's Cooper.
It's me for Cooper.
It's Cooper. I want to watch that ankle.
As far as the tight ends go,
Pitts or Otton?
Pitts.
I want to ride the hot hand for Otton, but I don't think today's the day for it. Pitts kind of needs to score to have value, man. Their matchups are both not great.
Pitts's matchup is
Drake London's playing. Jonnu Smith.
And I count Pitts as a wide receiver.
Yeah, I do too.
And the wide receiver matchup for Atlanta today isn't that bad, even though Drake London's coming back into the fold and should crush it.
Yeah. So you're gonna start Pitts over Otton here?
Man, I don't know if I like that too much.
I don't really like the matchup for both of them. Let me see.
Otton doesn't really have a good matchup.
He does not.
No. I'm gonna go with Pitts here.
Both corners are. That's not gonna matter. Yeah,
I'm gonna go for Pitts, and hopefully they can get something going.
Yeah. All right, I'll go Pitts there too. Yikes. And then Lucius said the platform from the above tilt was Yahoo. They don't let you move doubtful players. That's right. They don't let you move doubtful players to IR spots.
Yeah, Sleeper's definitely better than Yahoo.
I don't know how
your commissioner to
using Yahoo, man. I don't get it. Like I can deal with ESPN. Yahoo is just the colors are all weird. Like it doesn't even like make sense. I'm in one Yahoo.
Aren't they like red and white or something like that? Red and gray.
It's like you have to. I've almost not started defense and kickers in this league because of the way that it looks when you go to like switch them out. I can't really explain it right now because it gives me a headache. But ladies and gentlemen, hashtag not a sponsor yet, but Sleeper is the future. Let's go. I remember when we were there when they were Sleeper bot.
Yep.
Remember? Like
I moved our leagues over. We started some new leagues.
Decision.
And I was just like, you know what? We need to go here.
Yep.
And all the league members agreed.
All right, so let's jump in here. I'm gonna jump around to Chad Anderson. What's going on? Good morning. Thanks for coming in. Struggling with depth in running back right now. He's getting Kyron back here soon. So is Leonard Fournette worth stashing? Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, dude. I think he is.
I think Fournette is worth a stash.
If you have the spot for it, yeah. Yeah. And second question, if there is time, there's always time. Thank you for waiting. We got a lot of tilts today. We're trying to get through them all. Laporta, Schultz, or Kittle this week, bro. The tight end tilts. Dude, is this a? How do you? Oh my god.
Do we put Schultz over Laporta?
Oh,
No. Yes.
yes.
I don't know.
George Kittle. I know he had such a great game last time he was out 2 weeks ago before the bye, but Debo is back.
Yeah, that's
That game
true.
was without Debo.
I think it's between Laporta and Schultz here.
I think it is, and I think it's Schultz, man.
Yeah, give me Schultz. I don't like it.
Ugh.
I don't like it too much, man. But this has got to be. This is a tough one, Chad.
Can we just hit it for the first hour for all the tight end tilts for everybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna
just do it
right now.
Hit it, Chef.
For all the tight end tilts this week. Tilt of the week. I'm going to stay in the flames with Schultz. Laporta is very, very safe, in my opinion. They treat him like a wide receiver. 10 targets last game he played against Vegas. Caught 8 balls, 57 yards, and a tutty. But no Nico Collins. Stroud's going to have to throw the ball. Schultz is going to be a benefactor of that. So give me Dalton Schultz today.
Yep.
Splitting hairs on a Sunday.
Shout out to everybody who's throwing out these crazy tight end tilts. It's been a Laporta, Schultz, Kittle, Kincaid kind of day.
Goodness. I'm here for it.
Yep. We've had some Kate Otten in there. We've had some McBride in there. This is a tight end day for sure. But nobody's talking about Taysom Hill. You know why? Because he's in everybody's lineup. He was the very last pick in our dynasty draft, and he is still on my team. And he is in my lineup today. Oh my God! Wait a minute, Dylan. We did this. That's right. We had a 6-pack on the line last week, coming back for that Ingram Gainwell bet. I forget what that was.
What was the outcome of that?
I think it was. Did Keontae play last week?
It was Keontae Ingram and Gainwell.
It wasn't Mark Ingram.
And Gainwell, of course, probably scored a touchdown. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
9.3. I lost.
Yo, Dylan, you're the man. Thank you. I'll share that 6-pack with
Dylan.
you. My man, let's go.
I gotta write that down. I knew I had to go to the liquor store for something this week. 6-pack.
Yo, Chad, thanks for sticking around, man. You got us to hit that tilt of the week button for the first hour there, my man. Thank you so much.
For Juan and Swanson.
Let's go, Dylan. My man. Love that. Brian Hill.
Thanks,
you
Brian.
rock. Thank you. Let's go for defensive tiller right here for Shamir. Raiders or Saints defense?
Raiders or Saints defense? Man, you guys don't make this easy for us.
Man.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders against the Jets. Jets offense has not been good. I think you can go with the Raiders. You can go with either or here today.
Yeah, I guess it's close, but I would say I think
it's the opposite side. Like I think the Jets offense just can't move the ball. We've seen that. And the Raiders the past 2 weeks have been stout. I'm staying in the fire with the Raiders.
Yeah, dude. I'm right there with you.
It's a good tilt, Shamir.
For sure. Blurpy.
What
up? Kyler or T-Law? Ferguson or McBride? Do I drop Singletary for Keaton Mitchell? I don't really need Singletary this week, and he sucks.
I mean, you can. Or try to trade him to someone that needs a running back.
You could. Trade deadline's coming up soon.
Fergalicious or McBride? I'm going to stay in the flames with Ferguson.
Scored in back-to-back weeks, trending up, worth starting 10 targets last week. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
a
he's got the
great
best
matchup,
matchup
but
of the week.
yeah, never
He's got
mind. It's the
yeah,
Giants.
he's got the best matchup against
Good
the
Lord.
Giants. Kyler or T-Law? Ooh.
Now, would it change your? Would you put McBride if you started Kyler here? Would you start McBride also and stack that up, or is that just stacking for the sake of stacking?
I'm not stacking for the sake of
Okay,
stacking.
I agree.
Like I said earlier at the top of the show, we don't know if McBride's going to be Kyler's
Part of
choice of
his
target.
yeah.
Yeah, and for that reason, I would stay away from
Yep.
McBride, and I'm leaning Ferguson because he has a great matchup, already getting so many targets a game with the consistent quarterback play. I just don't know how it's going to work out with Kyler there. T-Law against San Francisco's got a bad matchup, and in that case, I'm okay with starting Kyler over Trevor Lawrence today.
In that case, I guess, because he does not have the great matchup. 7th against quarterbacks, 49ers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think Kyler's going to do some work against the Atlanta Falcons today.
In this particular case, I would start Kyler
Mm-hmm.
over Lawrence, and I would start Ferguson over McBride. And it's tough with Keaton Mitchell because between Gus, Hill, and Mitchell, everyone's getting worked in. Singletary right now until Pierce should come back next week, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would try to get rid of Singletary. I would just try to trade him.
Yeah, I would just get that
I don't know if I'm
blog off of
picking
your
up
roster.
Keaton Mitchell.
I mean, if you can get it to somebody, I don't know about Keaton Mitchell, but if you can get rid of Singletary for someone who needs a running back who's like super desperate, maybe even this week Singletary has a decent game and ups the trade value for you, and you can lift him.
Possibly.
Yeah, just because of volume alone. So that could happen, but it is against the Bengals. I don't know, but I don't think Keaton Mitchell's kind of in the conversation yet.
He's not really the answer to the equation, even though he did have a great week last week. 9 for 138 and 1. We might see that change against Cleveland this week.
Mm-hmm.
And the simple fact that he has a lot more competition. I mean, I think I would still hold on to Singletary over Keaton Mitchell. Just because he did it 1 week doesn't mean he's going to continue to do that. And Gus Bus is the guy there.
Yeah,
really.
Mm-hmm. For sure,
So, yeah, I'm trying to offlift Singletary for someone. I'm just not 100%. I would want to do it on Keaton Mitchell, rookie.
Great. And it is 11 o'clock, so we are a half hour away-ish from any sort of injury designations that we are waiting on. Be like my man Zach here. Smash that thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys are new to the show, thank you so much for popping in. Tilt Squad is 156 strong right now, which is massive. We started this show to help one person, and that's the same every week. We're out here to help one person. So thank you guys for coming in and sticking with us all this time, year after year. It's crazy. Y'all drive the show. And I know Juan was here today. He'd be saying that same stuff. He's alive, by the way. That sounded like he was not. He's probably listening to the show right now, but he would say the same thing. He's still with us, you guys.
He's still with us.
He's still with us. All right, I'm gonna move on here to Blurpy's follow up on that last tilt. So he has Connor too, but can't start him since he played Foreman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Smart choice.
Yeah. He has Etienne at RB1, Foreman at RB2, Garrett Wilson at flex, and Rachaad White at flex too. I mean,
you can't go wrong there.
Luxury problems.
I mean, I guess the question would be like, would you play James Conner over Rachaad White?
I wouldn't. Not this week.
Okay.
I think James Conner isn't a bad play, but I would still start Rachaad White over Conner coming off the injury. I'd like to see it first. Some leagues are going to be forced to start Conner, but I don't think that's the worst thing in the world. So, let's go on to Giuseppe. What's going on? Good morning. PPR flex, Gabe Davis or Kittle?
Kittle.
Ooh. Nice. Chef does not like Gabe Davis.
Well, I mean, that's because I've been an advocate for him for so many years, and I've been burned so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the real question is, like, can we play Gabe Davis if Stephon Diggs is out?
Yeah,
Which
that's what I was
makes a
gonna say.
lot of sense.
Yeah.
But you're gonna wait till Monday to find that out, Giuseppe. And I would rather just play Kittle.
Even with Debo back?
Yeah. I mean, if anything, I think Debo back helps Kittle out.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I could see that too. And George Kittle still is George Kittle. So, and it's a pretty middle of the road matchup. I'm sure that he'll. Yeah. All right. Give me Kittle there. And then one more here. Singletary or Sutton, half-point PPR.
Sutton.
Sutton. Yeah. Sutton. Yeah, I'm going to take Sutton there.
It's Sutton for me.
A lot of Monday night implications there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jim Rambo with Diggs banged up. Jim Rambo had a question earlier, right?
Yes, he did.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss the coolest name in fantasy football. With Diggs banged up, what do you think about Shakir in place of Jamar Chase? This is a good question. Is Michael Thomas playing after he was arrested the other night?
Yes, he is.
Okay. I wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, he's playing.
All right. So with Diggs banged up,
It was
what do you think
dispute
about he threw a brick at an
Someone's
electric
car.
company car or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Throwing bricks?
I don't want to get into it, but yeah.
Like Home Alone? Why were you there or something, Chef? You don't want to get into it?
No, I was not there.
You gave him the
I'm
brick?
not incriminating myself.
Chef gave him the
I
brick.
signed the brick that he
He
put
signed
through
the
the window.
brick. All right, so with Diggs banged up, what do you think about Shakir in place of Jamar Chase? Diggs banged. Well, wait.
I don't trust that.
Is this
I
based
think
on?
I'm staying in my lane with Jamar Chase.
I'm trying to go up. There's other
Shakir. I mean, he could have a decent game.
I don't get this. I don't get it though. If with Diggs banged up, I don't get it. What do
I'm
you
saying,
think?
like, he's saying if Diggs doesn't play, do you play Shakir in place of Jamar Chase? Because apparently Diggs was replacing Jamar Chase, I guess.
That's why I'm confused.
Yeah. Clear this up for us, Jim. if you're
Wait.
feeling it.
Shakir and
Shakir
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Oh.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
he would
thinking
be a
Shaheed.
decent.
I was thinking Shaheed. My bad.
No,
I did
no.
everything backwards there. That's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, if Diggs doesn't
Sorry.
play, Shakir definitely comes into play.
My
Am I
bad.
playing him over Jamar Chase? Only if Jamar doesn't play. That's the best I can do with that scenario.
Yeah, if Jamar doesn't play, then yeah,
And
I
we'll
would
learn
play.
that at one, like in the next half hour or so, if Jamar Chase is actually going to go, which I believe he will.
Yeah, if Diggs is full go. I like what Dylan's saying here, though. No way. Bills may not need to throw a bunch. Diggs is a full go. Wasn't on injury report yesterday. Oh, that's good to know. Chase will be needed to win today against an underrated Texans team. Let's go, Dylan. Our man in the field. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't know how I got that backwards there. But that being said, though, Michael Thomas is playing.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
All right, good.
And Diggs was limited in practice yesterday, but he does not carry a designation, so we're good to go.
All right, that's good. That's good to know. All right, so a few starting sits here, all full PPR. Start one, James Cook versus Denver or Hollywood versus Atlanta. And then start one running back, one flex. Ford versus Baltimore, Singletary versus Cincy, Flowers versus Cleveland. All right, so let's tackle Cook at Denver or Hollywood. And I think I like Cook.
I love Cook.
Yeah.
I love Cook's matchup today. All right.
Monday.
Yep, Monday. This week. Sorry.
This week. This has to be a good matchup for him.
Love Cook's matchup this week. Playing him if I have him. Over Hollywood, yes. It's fair enough.
And then start one running back and a flex between Ford, Singletary, and Flowers. So we got to bench one.
Ooh.
Jerome Ford, tough matchup. Oh, yeah. Ford, 20 opportunities. 27 total opportunities last week.
I think
Arizona
Ford gets the opportunities.
Yeah, but
he didn't do much against Baltimore the last time they played, but he did get the receptions.
What did he have last time?
The last time they played, he went 9 for 26, which is disgusting.
What was
But
his?
he had 6 targets for 5 receptions and 19 yards, which is kind of disgusting.
6.9 points. It's full PPR.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with Ford here.
We have to bench one. So you're gonna bench
Oh, you
Ford?
bench one?
Yeah, he needs a running back and a flex.
Bench Flowers.
Yeah, you don't like Flowers.
Oh, I'm saying bench Flowers because I'm not starting both Baltimore Ravens. I'm sorry, not Baltimore Ravens. I'm not playing them in the same game.
Same game. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's early, folks.
Sorry.
I'm out here talking about Khalil Shakir thinking he's Rashid Shaheed. Oh man. All right, yeah. So we're gonna sit Flowers there, Dylan, and then start one tight end, one flex, Njoku or Noah Brown, Ferguson versus the Giants. So we got to start one tight end, one flex there. So
Ferg.
bench one,
Fergie, I'm definitely playing.
and then so
And
it's
then
Njoku or Brown.
I'll play Noah Brown in the flex.
Yeah.
Over in Joku, yeah.
Noah Brown. Okay. Over in Njoku. Scored in back-to-back weeks. Really tough matchup against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Nah,
really
I'm not
tough.
going to do that.
Yeah, I was
okay.
gonna say you're gonna stay in the Flames with 4 for 26.
Not for that one. Not with 4 for 26. I won't.
Yeah, I think Noah Brown has a little bit higher of a ceiling.
Yeah, and then start one flex between Moss, Shakir, or Algier. You mean Shakir, who plays for the Raven or for the Saints, JP?
Moss.
Oh, that's already done. That game's
already
happening
done
right now.
Yeah, you can't play Zach Moss now.
Can't play Zach Moss.
I would take Shakir.
I would
in that sense.
Yeah,
I
want nothing to do with
Arthur Smith with Algier, because who the hell knows?
What a jerk.
What jerk.
What a jerk that guy is.
Yeah, jerk with a
Arthur
stash.
Smith.
No stash.
Awful.
Stash.
Jim Rambo, you are the best. Jeez, Chef. All right. I saw Hidus in here. There he is. Hidus. Good morning. All right. Let's ruin Hyde's day here. Still in first. So sure. I love you, Hyde. I'm so sorry.
I love you, Hyde.
I'm so sorry about
you,
whatever this is going to be. All right. So still in first. Should I go Kamara or Kamara?
I'm dying. And this is because of the 1 week that I told him to bench Kamara and he went off.
Whatever we do for Hyde every week, we get tilts right for folks all over the place. I hope. I know we do. I know we get some wrong, we get some right, but we always get Hyde wrong. All right, real talk though. He's not sitting Amari Cooper for Judy because of the matchup, right? Cooper.
For Judy? I'm playing Cooper.
I mean, that's got to be a shootout. I know it's tough on both sides. Judy doesn't have the best matchup, but you could be worse. But the Bills are going to get after Russell Wilson. Man, half-point PPR.
You could play Judy. You can. I don't like it, but you can play him.
I'm still starting Cooper.
He's kind of sneaky. It's kind of sneaky because, like, Buffalo's been giving up the 4th most fantasy points to the slot receiver, and that's mainly where Judy's been playing. So it's kind of a sneaky matchup.
It's true.
And
I see that happening.
Cooper has a tough matchup. Man, I hate to say this, but I think I might go Judy here. And because of the matchup, and that would be correct, Hyde. And it's only half-point PPR, so they're both not really going to get too much. You're hoping one of them gets in the end zone. I'm hoping that Judy gets in the end zone here. I'm saying that Cooper's going to have more of a floor game than a ceiling game up against Baltimore.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I thought you were going the other way for a second, but that is a tough one. I'm glad we talked that one out because
I normally don't like
slot,
Judy, but in this sense, I'll go with you, Hyde.
I'm going Cooper here.
Oh, you're going Cooper. I'm going Judy. We
Oh
got
no, I'm going Cooper. He said he's not sitting Cooper for Judy. He's like, real talk, I'm not sitting Cooper for Judy, right? Like,
It's a question.
yeah.
And I stated my opinion on it.
Okay. Your opinion is that Judy plays in the slot and that
They
the
have a
Bills
good
are giving up
matchup.
the fourth most points to slot receivers.
Correct. Over the last 4 weeks. Over the last 8 weeks, they've been the 7th. So they've been giving up points to the slot receiver all season. It's a toughie.
Who they play last week? They played Kansas City last time they played. 24. Oh, man.
I mean, but Judy, what have you done for me lately, Judy? Not much.
And that's what I'm kind of thinking. Whereas Cooper, God damn it. I hate it. I hate it. I just don't. All right, you know what? I'm gonna look at one more thing and then give my answer. Man,
It's a tough one.
I'm in first place. I have all these hard decisions to make. I have no idea what it's like to be in first place.
I mean, I think you probably, oh, man.
I'm going Cooper.
All right.
I'm going
I'll go
Cooper.
with you. I'll go with you. Just expect the floor.
Yeah, I see that, but I'm gonna go Cooper here.
I
Oh,
think
Hyde.
Judy has a higher ceiling.
Love you, Hyde. Sorry. Good morning, Minnie Jordan. What's up, dude? All right, let's see. If Chase is out, choose a wide receiver and a flex in a full PPR. And we're gonna have that Chase news. Is that
It would
1
be
o'clock
Dobbs
game?
and Cook for me.
James Cook, Dobbs, Watson, Quentin Johnson, no Brown. Yeah.
I'm not playing Watson. Dobbs has a better matchup on the left side than Watson does on the right.
Okay, I was gonna ask you for that one. All
and
right.
then James Cook, I'm definitely playing with you. Yeah, for Green Bay, I really don't like playing either or,
like
but
any other,
Dobbs
but-
has a great matchup against Levi Wallace, and then Christian Watson. He gets Joey Porter, which is not as good. So yeah, give me Dobbs, give me James Cook there.
Oh God, I hate it. I hate it.
And with
I love James Cook, but I hate that Dobbs hasn't had more than 36 yards receiving since week 4.
It stinks. I mean, unless you want to, roll the dice with Noah Brown 2 weeks in a row.
I almost think I might.
You can.
I feel like he's
He's sneaky. Yeah, you could play. I'm okay with playing Noah Brown over Dobbs, but we're definitely not taking James Cook out of the scenario.
No. James Cook is in there, but I think I'm gonna roll Noah Brown out one more time.
All right.
Over Dobbs because I don't like what's going on there. I don't like how he hasn't hit 36 yards since week 4. No. Yeah, let's go Cook and Brown there. Giuseppe, let's pick 2 here. Rashad White or Gibbs or Monty. Oh. Half point. Okay, so we talked about if one's gonna score. We're leaning
a half point. Give me Monty
and White.
Monty
and White. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof. Man,
and trade one of those guys.
For sure.
Now that Monty's back full health, man, you can't hold on to both. You're hurting your squad having both of them on there.
Finn Strom, what's going on? Man, here we go. All right, Chase or Dell, PPR. If Chase is going to be a decoy, which is possible,
I would play Tank Dell. You're talking about Chase playing with a back injury. Is he going to be a decoy? Not necessarily.
Well, you're not going to leave him alone if he's on the field.
He's going to get targets, whether or not he plays a full. He's probably going to be on some kind of a snap share.
Some kind of a snap count. Yeah.
And I'll even throw out here. You want a deep sleeper, Andre Yosevesh, for Cincinnati.
You.
Deep sleeper, especially in Dynasty. Pick him up, throw him on your taxi squad. Can't do that in Dirty. I already did it.
Can't do that in Dirty. I already did it. I had a feeling because you said it on air.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dell's a good play this week, I think.
Dell's a smash play this week. I think I'm playing him over Chase. Yeah.
All right. And Eric Brewer, what's going on? He's got 2 today. Najee or Javonte Williams, and Trey McBride or Gerald Everett in half point.
Ooh, Javonte or Najee.
Najee's got that RB2 upside. He's got a pretty good matchup. Javonte.
I'm going to go Najee.
Back-to-back weeks over 80 yards for Javonte against the Bills. Oh, this one's tough. You're going to go Najee here?
I think.
You
I'm
think
not
Jalen?
100%.
I mean, I feel like I'm looking at Jalen Warren eating into
Javonte. Dude, you're right. He's been
Yeah.
He's been had 2 good games in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they talked about it earlier in the season with Samaje Perine coming in, but that really doesn't affect much.
I agree.
27 attempts on the ground last week for Javonte. I think it kind of continues here against Buffalo. Especially, with lingering injuries. We're not going to say Diggs is going to be out. It's going to be a Monday night setting.
Yeah.
Give me Javonte. And then Trey McBride or Gerald Everett. I don't even know.
Everett does have a really good matchup. The Lions are 30th against tight ends.
I'm going to go with McBride in this situation, though.
Even though we talked about
Everett hasn't done anything. You're hoping for a touchdown. I think Trey McBride is a little bit more involved in the offense and the target share. And he probably has a better situation in getting into the end zone than Gerald Everett does. Parham over the last couple of weeks has been stepping up a little bit.
Yeah, give me McBride. Cool. All right. And he's got Hollywood and Kyler. Oh wow! So he's hesitant to start McBride too, and has 3 Cardinals in the lineup.
That would no.
Yeah, you know what?
Nope.
No, I think that's okay.
It's okay in this situation because you're playing the matchup, and I think both Hollywood and McBride should be okay for you today. And I still think McBride gets more points than Gerald Everett does. I'm not buying you a 6-pack if it doesn't happen, but yeah. Brewer, he could brew his own stuff.
Very nice. Very nice. Jim Rambo, going back to his other tilt here, did have Metcalf on his bench for one of the other tilts, but I think he's fine there. I'm pissed off at Metcalf right now. I traded him.
Kind of holding you back a little bit.
I traded him in prime.
Really?
I traded him and Stevenson for Ridley and Dobbs. So I needed a quarterback.
Oh, wow. You made a big boy trade. Or no, someone did. I saw Juan made a big boy trade.
In prime?
Cooper, Watson, and Najee and he got Cooper, Watson, and Najee for Stephon Diggs and Josh Jacobs.
Cooper,
that's
Watson,
a big boy trade.
And Najee.
And then I see your big boy trade. DK, Ramondre for Godwin. And you gave up Godwin and Dobbs.
No, I got Godwin and Dobbs.
Oh, you needed a quarterback.
Needed a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Ramondre's date shaking out right now, by the way? Can we look at that real quick?
Currently, yeah, I can look at it. In that format, he's got 7.1 points.
Cool.
Stevenson.
Good. Nice. All right.
Taylor's leading the day so far.
On here to Jose Vega. What's going on? Jared Goff or Geno Smith?
Goff.
I think I'm leaning Goff too, but I want to look. It's a good match. Oh, nah, man. No, it's a good matchup for him to bounce back.
It's a good matchup for Geno. I'm not gonna complain about that, but
I mean, I think Goff's gonna have a
they're also gonna run the ball.
Dude, these are 2 really good matchups. Damn. Let's see. You think they're gonna run the ball a little more in Detroit? Or on Detroit side?
Probably. Yeah, that's their MO when they have healthy running backs. Over under for the Lions Charge games 48.5.
Over under for Commander Seahawks is 44.5. Seattle by 6.
Give me Goff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to run one more thing here. See, Gino. Fine here. Okay, yeah, give me Goff.
Give me Goff.
That's a tough one. That's a pickle, Jose, but good luck. I'm going to go Goff too. Father Ridge. Ridge, let's go. Father Ridge. Ridge is the man. Ridge is Hyde's boy from Colorado.
Oh, okay.
I believe he's on the East
Welcome in.
Coast right now, but Ridge is real good people, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. Trade deadline in Ridge's Dynasty League this week. So should he hold on to Alexander Madison the rest of the year with Cam Akers' injury or trade him?
It all depends on what you can get for
Yeah.
him. If you have needy running backs, if you're not first and foremost, if you're not competing, then yes, sell him.
Get rid of him.
Try to get a second for him. Try to get another younger player for him.
Mm-hmm.
And like a receiver and a lower pick or something like that. That's what you could do. I'm not staying in the flames with Alexander Madison longer than you have to. Swanson knows I was a longtime advocate of Alexander Madison because I was the Dalvin Cook manager. And as soon as Alexander Madison got the starting gig, I traded him away, and it's benefited me so far so much. So I'm not staying in the flames with him for another season. I don't think it works out in his favor. I think he's going to lose value. So yeah, trade him away if you can. Try to get at least a second for him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm on that same. If you're competing though, that's a different story. But you can trade Alexander Madison away for one of these up and coming young tight ends that are starting to put up numbers.
And I'm just gonna put this out here, Father Ridge. I do a Dynasty podcast every Sunday night at 9:00. All right, check out the Dynasty Happy Hour YouTube page. Just saying.
That's very true. A lot of really good stuff in there. And following up here with Father Ridge, Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence?
Joe Burrow.
Even with possibly two of the big ones out.
Does Trevor really have a good matchup today? No.
Not against, he is, I think 49ers 7th against quarterbacks, but they're also like 29th when it comes to wide receivers. We talked about this before, but I think we also talked about how if if Chase is not playing, I'm starting Trevor Lawrence. I think that's what my line is right there.
That's fair.
What time is that game? Is that 1:00?
Yes.
Please be 1:00. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one that we're.
So we got 10 minutes left on that one.
We got 10 minutes. We'll keep an eye on that.
And I have a similar tilt. I have Trevor in one league, and Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, I have Joe Burrow in one league, and my tilt is: do I play Sam Howell instead of Joe Burrow?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
I'm looking that way to play Sam Howell if Chase isn't a go. If Chase goes, I think I'm going to stay in the flames with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, if Chase is a go, then for sure. Also, Swanson's hoping to pick up Minshew with Tua on bye, looking real good with 3.7 points at the end of the third quarter. Moving on. Bryce Ridley, what's going on? Howdy. Start 2. Adams, Ayuk, Kirk, Cooper, or Deontay? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm starting
Start
Deontay.
2, Adams, Ayuk, Kirk, Cooper, or Deontay.
Or maybe not.
Deontay and Ayuk.
Deontay and Ayuk?
Yep.
Okay.
Those are my picks.
I don't want to start Adams. Yeah, okay, I'll go Deontay and Ayuk. And then Hawkinson or Schultz. Schultz.
Talked about that earlier.
Yep.
I like him a little bit more than Hawkinson this week. Just a little bit.
Just enough.
Well, I mean, it's the quarterback familiarity. Like it's the consistency. Yes, Hawkinson had a good game. Has Hawkinson been banged up this season? Banged up. I'm a bad man.
Very nice.
And Dalton Schultz seems to be hitting his stride second half of the season. So Dalton Schultz. I'm not putting him over season long over Hawkinson, but this week, you can play Schultz over Hawkinson and not feel bad about it.
Yeah, I agree.
We're getting a lot of that this week.
We are. James Mendez, what's going on? Welcome in. What's up, fellas? Don't know what to do. Mid-tier quarterback to start. Levis, Kyler, or Russ?
What up, fellas? Don't know what mid-tier quarterback to start. Levis, Kyler, or Russ? I would go with Kyler there and not be mad about it.
I'm gonna go with Levis there.
You gonna
Honestly,
go with Levis?
I might go Levis. Buccaneers, man, they're 31st against quarterbacks and 31st against wide receivers. Both corners for the Bucs are injured.
This just in. We have breaking news.
Sorry, I had to hit the button, and because it's been a question of every single tilt this morning, Jamar Chase is going to play today.
Okay.
Did what was necessary in warmups and will go.
All right.
So
Okay.
staying with,
So
with
you're gonna stay with Joe Burrow there?
I'm gonna stay with Burrow, maybe.
All right.
Still flip it.
Yeah, it could be one of those
Howell's got a good matchup against
decoys
Seattle.
out there. Yeah. Now going on back to here with this matchup. And I was talking about Levis. I think aren't two of the corners out for the Bucs, or at least questionable. Carlton Davis is still questionable. Limited practice on Friday.
We can
Who
look.
else? Who
Let's
else?
see.
Who else? 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 Looking down through.
Let me see what I got for you.
I
On
think
that.
Levis has a good matchup.
Carlton Davis, limited practice on Friday. He's questionable, but I'm assuming he's going to go. Jamel Dean, full practice. He's going.
Yeah, he is going.
So to answer your question, no, they don't have holes on the defensive backside.
Do you just go Kyler here because
I think I'm just going Kyler here because of the matchup. AJ Terrell has been dealing with some injury for the defense of Atlanta. And Russ, he's like the last person on my list that I really want to play.
Hasn't hit 200 yards since week 4.
Yeah, like I'm going. Levis doesn't look too bad.
No, Levis is. I think he's in that conversation. And honestly,
I just think
feel
they
like
try to run the ball. They're not going to be able to, but they're going to try to. It's going to be a closer game than people expect.
I mean, they're going to shut down Derrick Henry. I think they're going to keep Derrick Henry to a modest game.
Kyler. I think Kyler first game back.
Kyler first game back.
Kyler first game back. It's crazy to say, but yeah, I like him this week.
All right, I'll go with you there. But
playing with Will Levis, you're kind of hoping for a couple to get past the Tampa Bay defense with DeAndre Hopkins. That's what you're hoping for. Do I think he's going to throw like he threw last week? No, I don't think so.
All right. And Kyle Singer, what's going on? Fergie or McBride, full PPR, and Irwin or Shakir or Michael Thomas, full PPR. Pick one tight end, one wide receiver. Thank you, good sir. Thank you, good sir.
Irwin, Shakir, Michael Thomas. I think I'm going to go with Shakir.
Yeah.
And Fergie.
Michael Thomas had one bad week. Ferguson's worth starting. Scored in back-to-back weeks. Trending up. You got to like that matchup there. Fergie or McBride, full PPR. Man. I guess I'll go Ferguson. He had 10 targets last week. I mean, but that was against the Eagles. That was, are they really going to need to throw the ball that much? Is Tony Pollard just going to just do it?
That's a good point too.
Yeah, I think I might even go McBride there. I think Ferguson
over Ferguson.
Yeah, I think so.
I thought we went Ferguson over McBride already earlier.
We might have, but I might tilt back a little bit now that we're looking. I think it was
That's
Ferguson.
a good point. That's a good point. How much are they going to need Ferguson to move the ball?
Yeah,
probably not. I'm going to tilt back with you.
Okay,
it's a good point that we didn't bring up in the last one.
So we'll go McBride there because against over Ferguson with that matchup against the Giants, and then Irwin, Shakir, Michael Thomas, full PPR. Pick one tight end, one wide receiver. So you're going Shakira over Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to look up Irwin real quick just to see something. Excuse me. Yeah. All right. Cool. McBride and Shakira over Thomas.
Are you saying Trenton Irwin? Yeah, I'm not doing that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm playing Shakir.
Okay. Cool.
It's a good tilt. Deep tilt.
Deep. Yeah. Very deep tilt. And James Mendez has 2 wide receiver spots left. He has Evans, Olave, and Metcalf available. Wonder why Thomas even had a brick available. I thought of that too. I'm like, where would you just find a brick?
Well, it was a construction company, so
Decorative?
he
Maybe.
got in his car, pulled up next to the guy, and then threw it through his window.
Well,
maybe it was his brick.
Maybe. Man needs his sleep.
Yeah.
All right, so Evans, Olave, and Metcalf, 2 wide receiver spots. I'm playing Evans
and Olave.
Okay. Hold up. Let's go down to Zach here. I wanted to get to this one real quick. Ridley or Pickens?
Pickens.
I think I'm going to go Pickens there also. Even though I do like the matchup for
Pickens actually has a really good matchup.
Okay. Break that down for me real quick because I don't think it doesn't look like it on my end.
It doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But Jair Alexander isn't playing today.
Okay. I was waiting for you to give me that.
Yeah. So Jair Alexander, let me pull this up real fast.
So a bounce back from last week's -1 yard performance. I mean, Ridley does have a good. I mean, the 49ers have holes in the secondary.
Yeah. So Jair Alexander didn't practice all week, and he's doubtful to suit up today. That's Pickens. So you got Pickens going up against a second string cornerback. I don't even know who the second string one is behind Jair Alexander. I think it's Pickens today.
All right.
Ridley, we talked about,
not a great matchup for Lawrence, but a good matchup for him.
Yeah, it's a little iffy.
So you feel more just from what you're seeing right now?
Have a good game, dude. Ridley, yeah, like he's due for a good game. I
think he produces in plush matchups, and this is one of those for wide receivers.
You're okay with going Ridley here? I just think Pickens could be a sneaky play. Maybe up against another player, I would go Pickens. Ridley probably has a safer bet here.
I was going to say, who has the safer floor, do you think?
Yeah, Ridley has the safer floor.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
It's a good question, Zach. How are we doing on the questions?
Hold on. No, a lot of them. I'm just trying to, they're all coming in super fast. So I'm trying to get to, all right, let's do, Josh Pearson. All right, let's jump on for James Mendez here. Do you pick up Singletary? He has Aaron Jones and Warren starting. Mostert's on a bye, and Miles Sanders already played, so he can only drop Spears. He doesn't know if he could do that. Should he?
No.
Singletary?
No. Stay with Aaron Jones and Warren this week. Mostert coming back next week. Miles Sanders is dust. And Spears, if anything were to happen to Derrick Henry, he'd be the impromptu number 1 running back in that offense, which he already has standalone value as a low-end flex play. So, yeah, no, you can't drop Spears. You're absolutely correct on that. And I'm not dropping him for Singletary for 1 week. No.
I agree. Eric Schaefer, what's going on? Kyler or Howell?
This is it. This is where I say Sam Howell.
This is where you, okay. All right, yeah.
Who drew the line in the sand?
I agree. Yeah, I'll go Howell here. No, I'll go Howell here too. He's just been airing the ball out left and right, and I think that's going to continue today. I want to see what happens with Kyler too. Connor, what's going on? Pick 3 in full PPR: Drake London, Calvin Ridley, Scary Terry, Kincaid, Laporta. Pick 3.
Ooh.
Oh, give me Terry. Gotta take Terry.
Okay.
see.
Are we
Oh,
playing
man.
London? First game back. Terrible defense.
No fewer than 6 targets all season. Now he's got Heineke instead of Ritter.
Yep, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Do
okay.
we know enough to play him over Kincaid or Laporta?
See, that's what I'm
Because
think that's
I'm
what I'm
playing
voting on.
Kincaid or Laporta over Ridley.
I would start Kincaid over Laporta. It's close.
Okay, so we like Kincaid this week with Diggs kind of questionable. We'll say that questionable.
Yeah,
He's
he'll
probably
probably
gonna play.
play. He's probably gonna play, but
But Kincaid could be heavily involved due to that. So I like Kincaid. I like Scary Terry. Not 100% committed to it.
there's just so much pass volume on that team with Howell.
You know what? Like I don't think you're wrong for thinking that we could play Scary Terry and Kincaid and Laporta.
I actually feel best about that.
It's a good matchup for
I-
both Kincaid and Laporta. And then
Yeah.
you have Scary Terry who has a smash matchup against Seattle.
There's a lot of really good matchups for tight ends this week. Like it's just shaking out that way. The teams are, like the guys who are
Why do we love
Laporta.
Scary Terry?
We love Scary Terry because of the pass volume.
The pass volume.
That's why.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
Middle
throw
of the
this in
road.
real fast that
Mhm.
Seattle is over the last 4 weeks have been one of the best defenses against fantasy wide receivers on the perimeter.
Okay.
You're allowing the least amount to the right side where Scary Terry plays.
So would you? So if you were
I
gonna put one of the
think
receivers over them,
I might put Terry lower.
so who would you put over Ridley or London?
I think I might go London, dude.
I think I might go Ridley. Just
You
because,
want to go Ridley?
yeah, because London's a good player and Arthur Smith calls the plays. It's not.
He
I mean,
does,
it's
doesn't
not
he?
even funny. Like it's not even to be funny. It's like it just keeps happening. Yeah.
It's
This is,
ugly.
bro. This is tough.
This is a tough one. I'm gonna put it in here. I'm gonna smash it for the second hour.
Do it.
Tilt of the week.
All right.
Yeah.
Neither Ridley or Drake London have scored a touchdown in the past like 4 or 5 weeks. Ridley's target share has stepped up a little bit against Pittsburgh. Does it happen again today against San Francisco? We're saying that it should. And we had talked about that. They are giving up the second most fantasy points to the wide receiver on the right side over the last 4 games. All right, Mr. Swanson, you got me. Ridley, Kincaid, Laporta. Final answer, Connor.
Great tilt.
Dude.
Great tilt. Second hour smash on the tilt to the week button. Let's go. And both, I think, like newer tilt squad.
Yeah.
Let's go. Great
He's
tilt.
been here before. But yes.
I think so too. Start to lose track after a while. Just kidding. Brace Bradley, you think Montgomery and Gibbs will have a 50-50 snap share?
No, I think it's like a 60-40 or 60-40 Gibbs to Montgomery. Just for the first week.
But when it comes to red zone opportunities and where the touchdowns,
yeah, it's red zone's Montgomery's game.
I agree. Oh man. All right. Let's see. Steven, what's going on? Steven Grice, full PPR league. Need to pick 2. Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, Devin Singletary, Jacoby Myers. All right, so let's do this twice here because Giuseppe's got a Singletary and a Jacoby up here too. So
in a half point, I'm going to go with Singletary
because it's half
over Jacoby. I'm not playing him against the Jets if I can avoid. And you need to pick 2. I don't know if I would put Devin Singletary over Devontae Adams. That I don't know if I can do.
It's gross.
Yeah,
But
that's super
It
gross.
feels. It doesn't feel good. But I
No,
mean,
I don't think I can do it. I'm still gonna say Adams and Sutton here.
we need to pick 2, right? So you're going to go Adams and Sutton
Yeah.
because you're not going to put Adams over Jacoby.
Nope. And I'm not putting Sutton over. I mean, I'm not putting Singletary over Sutton.
Whoa, what happened to my? Yeah, well, Jacoby Adams hasn't scored since week 3.
I mean, the only option would be to put Singletary over both Adams and Jacoby Myers this week.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I don't know if I can do that
9.2, bro.
because Singletary is not good.
Adams hasn't hit double-digit fantasy points. The last time he did that was week 4.
Right.
Singletary in a half-point PPR, you got to have someone who's going to score.
Yeah, and he's not
Yeah.
doing that. He hasn't scored a touchdown all year.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's disgusting, Steven. I'm going Adams and Sutton. You're definitely not playing both Raiders.
Yeah.
But I'm not playing Devin Singletary over Devontae Adams. I can't do that.
Jets are number 1 against wide receivers.
Yep.
Like you're going to put Devontae.
It's not going to be
against
pretty.
us.
I mean, you think about it. Devin Singletary had 75% of the snaps last week. He rushed the ball 13 times. He only averaged 2 yards per carry.
Yeah. You're right.
He stinks. Okay. I can't. No. I mean, I would just go and it hopefully it's in your like flex. Obviously it is because you're going running back and wide receiver. You're hoping that Devontae Adams just catches a deep one and calls it a day.
All right.
Other than, Devin Singletary getting 20 attempts and getting 4 points, 2 yards per.
That was against the Bucks, who are number 2 against running backs. So he had a really tough matchup last week. As opposed to, man, I hate having to make a case for Devin Singletary over Devontae Adams.
It's really hard.
Bad.
It's really hard to do, and I don't think you want to waste your energy doing it.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
all right.
if you have solid ground to stand on,
I mean, the only
please.
ground to stand on was that
Enlighten
Singletary's matchup last week was against the 49ers, who do stop the run, which is why his 13 for 26 was 13 for 26, and he caught 2
how
targets
about
for
against
0
Carolina,
yards.
who is terrible against the run, and he ran 10 times for 30 yards.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. But was Dameon Pierce playing that game?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he was. Yeah, that's the game they lost. That's the game they lost to Carolina.
All right, so we're gonna go to Devontae Adams and Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, I have to. I can't put Devin Singletary over those guys or Jacoby Myers.
All right. Good luck, Steven. Good luck. TMG 007. Tiny Meat Gang? Nice. TMG has Mark Andrews and Laporta and was thinking of starting both with putting Laporta in the flex in full PPR, but also has Joe Mixon on the bench because Jonathan Taylor and Etienne are locked in. What should I do? Have Mark Andrews and Laporta. Was thinking of starting both, putting Laporta on.
So the question is, do we play both Andrews and Laporta, or does Joe Mixon have a better day than one of those two? Joe Mixon does have a good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And with the injuries to the receivers, you can expect him to have an uptick in carries, workload, etc.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does he have enough to play over Laporta this week? Possibly.
Mixon over Laporta? Or Andrews over Laporta?
See, this is where it's going to get tough because Andrews has a tough matchup. It's not a real favorable matchup for Andrews.
It's not. It's the least favorable, being that the Browns are number 1 against tight end and give up 4.6 points on average to the position.
I think I'm going to go Laporta and Joe Mixon here.
Wait, let's look at Mark Andrews week 4 against Cleveland. He
5 for 80 and 2.
5 for 80 and 2. Jesus.
Oh boy.
I mean, Come on. That I'm starting. I'm starting Mark Andrews.
Yeah. You got to
He
play
did
Mark
it against the
Andrews.
same team. Did it against Cleveland week 4.
I
Caught all
think I'm
5
going to play Joe
targets for
Mixon
80
over
and 2.
Laporta, though.
In that case, I would play Mixon over Laporta. I think Laporta's going to have a good game, but I think you stay with Mark Andrews there. And
Yeah, I think Mixon has a better chance of getting in the end zone this week.
I think so too. Glad we talked that one out.
Yeah, it was a good tilt.
Sheesh.
TMG.
Yeah. All right. Was that the last one? I'm sorry. Did that finish up his? Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Matthew McConnell. What's up? What's up? Lockett, London, or Dotson? Sounds like a song. Half point PPR. I currently have James Cook in over Saquon. Am I crazy? Would you start any of the receivers over Cook or Saquon? Lockett, London, or Dotson?
Oh.
Saquon's the
Oh.
only thing that works on the Giants. I don't think he'll have a bad game. I don't think it's going to be anything that.
I mean, they could go without a touchdown,
Yeah, for sure.
which is bad.
I don't think you would be crazy to start.
Dotson over Saquon?
Oh, I was going to say Cook over Saquon.
You could play Cook over Saquon. It's fine.
Oh, so he currently has Cook in over Saquon. All right, so if Cook is in, then would you start London, or Dotson over Cook in half PPR?
All three of them have a decent matchup.
They do.
It would be between Lockett and Dotson for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't trust Stachio, Arthur Smith.
So it's for his wide receiver 2 and his flex. I think I would keep Cook in there.
Dotson,
and Dotson scored in back-to-back weeks. He is that solid wide receiver 2, man. That's exactly where I have him.
You know what? Give me Lockett. Give me
Over
Lockett
Dotson?
over Dotson. Yep.
Explain yourself. Oh, the matchup. Okay.
It's the matchup.
Yeah, that's the matchup. Yeah.
Washington top 3 against perimeter wide receivers over the last 4 weeks. Washington, one of the toughest teams against. I mean, Seattle, one of the toughest teams against the fantasy wide receiver. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Lockett over Saquon this week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go Lockett there too. And then
it stinks for me to say that, even as a
Am I
Giants
crazy?
fan. It's like
Over Cook.
Saquon Barkley, like against Dallas, like he's not going to do much, man. He's averaging what, 17.2 fantasy points per game.
Who?
I mean, he's Barkley, maybe 8. Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
But
100% it's
also
good. However, yeah, there's some floor scenarios there where it could be like 12.9 points where I think Lockett could have a better game.
Yeah, I agree. So we're gonna do Lockett and Cook.
Yeah, and I think Kenneth Walker was a little banged up this week, did get in a solid day of practice on Friday. I think the running game may stall against Washington's defense a little bit, and they're going to have to pass the ball, leading to Tyler Lockett getting into the end zone. He's due.
I agree. All right, so let's jump up here to James Mendez because I like this. Chef's thoughts on DeVito living at home and Daniel Jones' mom still making his bed. DeVito fell off the back of a truck in Brooklyn.
I think DeVito and Daniel Jones need to put their funds together and get like a nice little condo. And if they need funding, I will lend on that. I mean, they both have solid income and I'm sure their credit is just fine. But yeah.
I think there needs to be some bunk beds or maybe a camping trip in order.
Well, maybe they should like add a cot into their room. They're going to share a room. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, for both of them. So DeVito can learn how to be a quarterback and Daniel Jones can learn how to be a quarterback from DeVito. But they need a cot in that room.
So much room for activities.
For activities. What's his name? Who's the Chase something?
For who are you talking about?
The rookie sensation quarterback
in
college right now. I don't even know why I can't.
Oh. Yeah, I forget his name too. There's too many names.
Uh,
But let's get to let's go down to the tilt here
That's gonna
for
bother
Matthew
me.
McConnell. No, we did this one. I messed up here. Got to go back to Chad. So he's going to keep him rolling from that last tilt. So would you flex Kittle or Laporta over Jacoby? Has Metcalf as the second flex? Scary Terry and Garrett Wilson in the wide receiver slots. I see you keep him there. Would you flex Kittle over Laporta? Kittle or Laporta over Jacoby?
I would definitely flex Laporta over Jacoby
Yeah.
and Kittle over Jacoby.
And all right, so then is
I'm
it
going to
Kittle
play
or...
Laporta out of that,
Okay. Yeah.
and I'm not mad about everything else.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see. I'm going back up here to see if I missed anyone. And you guys really brought it today.
Oh yeah,
Wow. I'm looking back here. There's
Lots
some
of
really good
questions.
tilts. A lot of tight end tilts today. That's going to be big. That's going to be real big.
you know, with 4 teams that are out on bye this week,
Mm-hmm.
out of 3 out of the 4 are like major fantasy player
Yeah.
teams. You know, they're fantasy point producers. So it's
Thank you,
pretty
Chad.
tough.
Thanks for staying with us.
Why am I Caleb Williams? Thank you.
What?
Caleb
Oh,
Williams
okay.
is going to be on that cot
I thought
in
Chase was-
Daniel Jones and DeVito's room.
Is that who you guys are going to go out and get?
If we don't, I may just find another team.
It hurts. It's got to hurt.
I mean, nothing says more than Daniel Jones not being able to play, Tyrod Taylor coming in, making the offense look better. Then with Daniel Jones, like that's just crazy. And then Tommy DeVito, he's the de facto.
They should rent the bonus room. I was thinking that same thing, Hyde. While we're wrapping up here, if you guys are still here, show of hands, who has Taysom Hill in their lineup without question this week? Because I do. In a couple places. Oh, no, don't bring that up. I'm trying to see who we didn't get to today. And I'm surprised that we didn't get to in terms of people to tilt
we
about.
got them all.
No. I mean, like in terms of players that I expected a big tilt on. We didn't hear much about. I guess everyone who was really tilt worthy was brought up.
Yeah.
Zach's doing it. Thank you, Zach. Yeah. And I guess in that same, how do you feel about Juwan Johnson as a play today?
How do I feel about Juwan Johnson?
Still a touchdown dependent play, but
depending on who else are we throwing up in that scenario?
Oh, I mean, let's say Juwan Johnson or Irv Smith with a good matchup against the Texans. Should see an increased role.
I would play
with Higgins
Juwan
out.
Johnson.
Yeah, even with Jamar Chase banged up and
they tried to get it to the tight end last week, and it wound up being a split between Irv Smith and Connor Hudson. I think is Tanner Hudson. That's his name.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Connor on the show as well. So it's Tanner Hudson. And we have Zeke Elliott down on the field with trainers around him right now.
Oh.
Colts are winning 10-6.
Jeez.
And that was right after a great Zeke run. Yeah.
KJ Osborne is out. Knew that. Ridge, my man, thank you. Check out the Dynasty Pod. A lot of really good stuff in there. A lot of really good stuff. It is.
Yeah, we go over in season. We usually go over what happened during the games and what to look forward to for your upcoming weeks. And later, obviously, Dynasty, you're hitting your trade deadlines. You want to know who to keep and who to try to trade away before the end of your season, before the trade deadline. If you're competing, feel free to jump in the chat, ask away. Check out the Dynasty Happy Hour YouTube channel.
Did you say Jair Alexander was in?
No.
Okay,
just making sure he was very, very questionable, doubtful at that. Yeah. He did not practice at all this week.
He's all the way out.
Yep. Well, then that's important.
Yeah, so in right now, Jamar Chase, Debo Samuel, Keaton Mitchell, TJ Hawkinson, Robert Woods, Michael Thomas, Trent Williams. Out, KJ Osborne, Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, of course, Tannehill's out. Jair is
And
out.
Quay Walker. So that even opens it up more on the other side of the ball
For Pittsburgh. For
Pittsburgh.
the Pickens tilt.
Yep. I'm telling you, Pickens is a sneaky play this week in DFS.
So knowing that those are both out, do I go backward? Do I go back here to Zach's, Ridley, or Pickens and go?
No, I think we still stay with Ridley.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, got one here.
They may
Super
not
C
need
and
to
B
pass
challengers.
as much, and we have Deontay Johnson
Yeah.
there as well.
True. Super C and B challengers. You sit one. McLaurin, Metcalf, Olave, or Monty in PPR.
Metcalf.
Yeah, okay. Metcalf.
I think it may be McLaurin.
I mean, you think so?
I'm not taking out Olave. I'm not taking out Monty.
I feel like Monty is going to score, so I feel like we've talked about that today on the show. McLaurin's hit 5 for 50 and 6 of 9. Pass
That might
heavy.
be McLaurin for me.
I don't know, man. That pass volume. He's hit 5 for 50. At least 5 for 50 and 6 out of the 9. It's pass heavy, shootout.
Yeah,
He's a
Metcalf
steady
in
wide
the
receiver
same
for
match.
me.
And we went over the matchups over the last 4 weeks, how Seattle has been stern and Washington has just been giving it up.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I would. Okay.
I mean, I think I'd roll with Metcalf over McLaurin because I think they're going to get similar volume, and Metcalf has a better matchup.
Okay. I think I'll actually go with you there because I
That's
think
a
I just have a
great tilt.
personal vendetta against Metcalf, so I got to put that aside. The show is not about my emotions. It's about y'all.
Sometimes it is. Like, I don't like playing Christian
Sometimes.
Kirk unless it's a great matchup.
You also had to eat a piece of paper that said Christian Kirk on it.
I chose to eat that paper, though.
Well, you chose to because you're a man of your word. And you said you would.
Yeah, and apparently I got to go and give you guys a 6-pack too. So I'm losing on all avenues today.
Paper's good for you. It's got protein or something.
Does Ramondre have 45 rushing yards yet? That's what I want to know.
Ramondre has 40.
83. Let's go.
81. Super C&B, thank you. We are coming up on 12 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in today. Great tilts. Wow, you guys really drove the show. We're almost at 100. Good luck to everybody today. Rock those tight end tilts out. Hyde, I'm sorry in advance. I'll see you guys back here next week. Good luck. Reach out to us if you need throughout the week. And yeah. Be good. Get good. Boyd or Pickens?
Okay.
Last one for Zach.
Pickens.
Okay.
Good one, Zach.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Like I said earlier, check me out on the Dynasty Happy Hour podcast.
Do it.
Tonight, live 9 o'clock, or wherever you get your podcasts. Monday morning, it comes out. And until next time, man, we'll see you on the Tilt is Real. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Sunday Tilt. Visit us on YouTube at youtube.com/thetiltisreal and like and subscribe. We're live every Sunday from 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you all next week on The Tilt is Real.